time I was 12, I participated in 8 different types of sports: gymnastics, softball, basketball, track and field, soccer, tennis, dance, and volleyball. I took classes in painting and pottery and had piano lessons. With all this experience in so many things, you might think I have success and talent in many different areas. However, every time people were picking teams, I was left last, and my artwork was never put on display. I soon learned that participating in all these sports and hobbies did not make me feel successful at all. I felt like a failure. I remember feeling butterflies in my stomach every Saturday morning on my way to my 5th grade softball games. I was terrified of being placed on the field. I remember the nerve-wracking feeling of when I looked at the batting lineup, praying I'd become invisible in the dugout and wouldn't have to bat. Nevertheless, I went to bat, fearful of striking out and having to give up another sport. I felt similarly in every other sport and hobby, and I even picked up a few more along the way. These extracurricular activities started to feel like chores. Initially, I think I'd enjoy myself, but after putting in so much effort and not seeing any progress, it was frankly heartbreaking. How many of you have been told to never give up? We've all heard these phrases: winners never quit and quitters never win, and never, never give up. We are always taught to persevere. Well-meaning parents often push their kids to continue even when they fail, because they think with hard work and effort, they will get better. Although this can be effective for some, for me, it wasn't. It wasn't ever encouraging to hear my parents' motivation because I never saw myself succeeding. I felt as if I'd never live up to being the athlete or artist they envisioned me to be. Quotes and posters referring to never giving up can make some teens feel even more insecure because it can lead them to thinking that quitting is never okay, even when it is necessary. So when isn't necessary? You know, quitting is necessary when the sport or hobby makes you so miserable that the anxiety outweighs any fun you could possibly have. As kids, our worries should not be focused on our success. We should have time to explore and find our true passions, engaging in things we are drawn to and are excited to pursue. We want to be motivated to love what we do. This can be explained by Maslow's hierarchy, a model that defines human needs in 5 tiers. It begins with the basic necessities that we all need to live, such as food, shelter, and air. Once those needs are met, we require safety, such as security, health, and freedom from fear. After the safety tier is the love and belonging tier. The love and belonging tier is where people can become stuck. For example, me, unable to grow and change because of the need to be accepted by friends, teammates, and parents. Because I was that one kid that no one wanted to practice drills with, I lost confidence. This need for acceptance wouldn't allow me to move up into the next tier, which is about freedom, respect, and self-esteem. Self-actualization is the last tier. It is the most you can be, but it is usually only reached when you're older and have moved past the need to be accepted as a teen. As teens, we face personal inner battles by constantly comparing ourselves to people we see on social media or our friends. We see many successful celebrities or people just like us finding their talents at a young age, and we feel the need to find that talent immediately. But why do we choose to ignore the plethora of people who found their talents after many failed attempts at other jobs? For example, fashion designer Giorgio Armani originally studied medicine and joined the army before he found what gave him love and belonging. He was in his 40s when he founded his company, becoming one of the most recognized fashion designers of all time. Stephen King, one of the most legendary authors, started out working as a janitor before he wrote well-known novels like The Shining and It. Harry Styles worked at a bakery while attending school, quitting both to audition for the X Factor, which led to a successful career in singing. Walt Disney started as a newspaper editor and only became known for his animations after he was fired from his job. All of these people quit and failed, which helped them move up a tier in Maslow's hierarchy. These people are a reminder that the thing you are doing right now may not be what you end up doing, but it could be just a step closer to what you are meant to be doing. It wasn't until I quit everything I was unsuccessful at that I found my true passion: guitar. I always had a thing for music, but I tried piano and choir and didn't enjoy either. I wasn't sure what other musical passion I could pursue until I began focusing on the background music of each song, particularly the guitar instead of the singer. I visualized myself playing my guitar every single time a song came on shuffle and felt the strongest connection to the music. As soon as I started taking guitar lessons, I envisioned myself playing all of my favorite songs. Exploring a passion that I actually got to choose helped me to grow as a person. And my parents supported me because they knew this was something I chose and I would stick with it and succeed. I don't want my message to come across as, you must quit everything you're not initially good at, but rather, quit the things you've been needing to let go for a while. Instead of never give up, let's encourage the idea of giving up when continuing the hobby is detrimental to your self-esteem. Maya Angelou gave a simple yet inspirational way to look at quitting. She wrote, "It may be necessary to encounter the defeats, so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it." I believe what she meant to say is that it's okay to experiment and fail at the things you do, as long as you don't force yourself to try to love something you don't have a passion for. My advice is, as soon as you realize it's not your thing, move on to the next thing. Don't waste your time on something that's not productive for you. Love what you do. No, I'm no longer a gymnast, no longer a painter, no longer a bench warmer in basketball. But now I know what I really am, a guitarist. But most importantly, someone who is not afraid of being what most people are scared of being, a quitter. Thank you.